She wasn't born into fame, yet there was always a quiet intensity about her, a mix of sensitivity, strength, and screen presence that naturally draws attention. Ilayda Alisan didn't rush into the spotlight. She stepped into it with purpose, gradually shaping one of the most promising acting journeys of her generation in Turkish television. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Ilayda Alisan was born on February 26, 1996, in Istanbul, Turkey. From an early age, she showed a strong curiosity for storytelling and performance. Unlike overnight sensations, her path was built through steady effort, auditions, and smaller roles that taught her patience and emotional control long before major recognition arrived. Her acting career began with minor appearances in television projects, but her first noticeable breakthrough came with roles in series like Kivanc and Sampion, where she proved she could hold her ground alongside experienced casts. These performances revealed her ability to convey vulnerability and inner conflict with subtlety, a quality that quickly set her apart. The defining turning point in her career arrived with Masumiyet, where her portrayal of Ella Yüksel left a deep impact on audiences. The role demanded emotional intensity, psychological depth, and resilience, and Ilayda delivered with a maturity far beyond her years. The performance earned critical praise and firmly established her as a serious dramatic actress. Rather than staying confined to one tone, Ilayda continued expanding her range. She reached wider audiences with Seversin, embracing romantic comedy while maintaining emotional realism. Later, her role in Ateş Kuşları showcased a darker, more grounded performance, reflecting her willingness to take on socially driven and emotionally demanding narratives. Ilayda's career choices reveal a clear strategy. She prioritizes character depth over trend chasing, selecting scripts that challenge her emotionally instead of repeating safe formulas. This balance between mainstream visibility and meaningful storytelling has allowed her career to evolve steadily rather than burn quickly. Off-screen, her public image remains composed and authentic. She avoids excessive exposure, choosing to let her work speak louder than headlines. Her presence at brand campaigns and fashion events reflects elegance rather than extravagance, aligning with her calm and focused personality. Her lifestyle mirrors this discipline. Ilayda values balance, personal growth, and mental clarity. She maintains a low profile, invests time in self-development, and approaches her career with long-term vision rather than short-lived attention. With a growing international audience through digital platforms and streaming services, her influence continues to expand beyond Turkish television. Her estimated net worth reflects consistent work in television, advertising collaborations, and brand partnerships, built gradually through credibility and trust. What truly distinguishes Ilayda Alisan is her emotional intelligence on screen. She brings restraint, realism, and depth to her characters, allowing audiences to connect without exaggeration. This grounded approach has become her signature and a key reason for her rising respect within the industry. As of 2026, Ilayda Alisan stands as one of the most compelling actresses of her generation, not defined by hype, but by growth, discipline, and artistic intention. Her journey reflects patience over speed and substance over spectacle. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something unmistakable about him, a rare combination of charisma, intensity, and screen magnetism that made audiences pause and pay attention. Kivanc Tatlitug didn't simply enter Turkish entertainment. He redefined the image of a leading man, transforming an unexpected beginning into one of the most iconic acting careers of his generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Kivanc Tatlitug was born on October 27, 1983, in Adana, Turkey. Long before scripts and cameras, his life was shaped by sports and discipline. A talented basketball player in his youth, his path took a dramatic turn due to injury, pushing him toward an entirely different world. That turning point led him to modeling, where his striking presence quickly set him apart. Winning Best Model of Turkey and later Best Model of the World opened doors few could imagine. His transition into acting began in the early 2000s, but it was his role as Mehmet in Gummis that ignited his rise. The series became an international sensation, particularly across the Middle East, turning Kivanc into a household name and introducing Turkish dramas to a wider global audience. Rather than relying on his early popularity, Kivanc deliberately reshaped his career. He challenged himself with complex and emotionally demanding roles in Ask I'm Memnu, Kuzi Yune, and Caesar v. Güzel. His portrayal of Behlul Haznedar in Ask I'm Memnu became one of the most iconic characters in Turkish television history, showcasing emotional conflict, vulnerability, and dramatic depth. In later years, he continued to evolve, delivering powerful performances in projects like Karpizma, Babel, and Yakamaz S. 245. Each role reflected a clear commitment to growth, proving he could move seamlessly between romance, psychological drama, and intense action-driven narratives. Kivanc's approach to acting is marked by precision and restraint. He carefully selects roles that test his emotional range and avoid repetition. This balance between mainstream success and artistic credibility has allowed him to remain relevant in an industry defined by constant change. Off-screen, his public image blends sophistication with privacy. He is a prominent figure at international fashion events and global brand campaigns, representing luxury brands while maintaining a controlled and dignified presence in media. His lifestyle reflects discipline and balance. He values family life, physical fitness, and personal space, avoiding unnecessary exposure despite his immense popularity. His marriage and private life are kept largely away from the spotlight, reinforcing his focus on longevity rather than headlines. Kivanc Tatlitug's influence extends far beyond Turkish television. With a massive international fan base and projects reaching global streaming platforms, he remains one of Turkey's most recognizable and respected actors. His estimated net worth reflects years of consistent work in television, cinema, and high-profile brand endorsements. What truly sets him apart is transformation. From athlete to model, from romantic lead to dramatic powerhouse, Kivanc has never settled into a single identity. He continues to evolve, take risks, and refine his craft, prioritizing substance over comfort. As of 2026, Kivanc Tatlitug stands not just as a star, but as a benchmark for excellence and longevity in modern Turkish entertainment. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.